What if a family could vanish not in one night, not in 1 year, but slowly, like a curse eating them alive, piece by piece, until nothing was left but silence, shadows, and unanswered questions? Tonight, I'm going to take you into the forgotten tale of the Blackwood family, a story so disturbing that history itself tried to bury it under dust and silence. Imagine the mid-1800s deep in the Appalachian woods, where the air was heavy with fog and people whisper curses in hushed voices. This is where the Blackwoods lived. Farmers by day, churchgoers on Sunday, ordinary in appearance. But every neighbor spoke of strange midnight fires rising on their land, of cries echoing through the trees, and of children who were seen playing in the daylight but never heard speaking a single word. Some believed the Blackwoods had made a pact with something not of this world. Others whispered they were cursed in the day they built their wooden cabin on land soaked with blood of forgotten wars. But here begins the real mystery. Why did every Blackwood child disappear before reaching adulthood? Why did every family portrait found in the abandoned house show blurred, faceless figures, as if the paper itself rejected their memory? Why did the local church burn their baptism records? And why do the townsfolk, even today, cross themselves when the name Blackwood is spoken? Do you believe in curses, or do you believe in truths so dark that history burns the evidence? Tell me in the comments. What do you think really happened to them? Would you dare spend even one night on their land, where no one has lived for more than a century, despite being offered for free by the state? Think carefully, because those who tried never came back unchanged. Their diaries, when found, contained only 3 words: the woods watched. Do you hear that? The silence is never empty. It's a silence that holds screams the world wasn't ready to hear. And here's another question for you. If you looked into their mirror today, would you see your own face or a Blackwood staring back? Drop your thoughts below, and while you're at it, tell me, where are you watching from? I want to know your country, because hidden families like this are not just in America, they exist everywhere, buried under time and shame. And if you haven't yet, subscribe, because the next story may be darker than this one. But before we move forward, let's peel the layers deeper. The Blackwoods weren't just victims of a curse. They were feared. Diaries from neighbors wrote of strange rituals at the river, with candles floating against the current, prayers in a language no one understood, and sometimes the haunting sound of a baby crying though no child was there. Their eldest daughter, Eliza, was said to speak to shadows, and at age 16, she vanished on a winter's night, leaving only her boots by the frozen pond. Her father claimed she had run away, but others said they saw her figure standing in the woods days after, eyes wide, mouth sewn shut. How does a whole community explain such horrors? They don't. They erase them, which is why their church burned every record. But history is stubborn. Fragments survive. And these fragments tell us something terrifying. The Blackwoods were not the only ones to vanish. In a 10-year period, 6 neighboring families lost children, all of them last seen near the Blackwood farm. Coincidence or something darker? What do you think? Write your answer below. And as we move forward, let me ask, what would you do if your child vanished and every trail led back to the Blackwoods? Would you confront them or stay silent to protect your own? Imagine living with that choice, knowing silence was survival. By 1870, the Blackwood cabin stood empty, rotting into the earth. But even in abandonment, it refused peace. Travelers reported screams, candles burning in the broken windows, and once, a traveler swore he saw the family portrait move, the faceless figures turning toward him. Could a curse linger even after death? Or was it guilt that haunted the land? Ask yourself, what is worse, the idea of a curse or the knowledge that humans are capable of horrors far greater? This is the truth of the Blackwoods. Their story is not a ghost tale. It is a warning, and the land still waits. So before we close, I'll leave you with this. If you were given a key to the Blackwood house tonight, would you step inside, or would you turn and run? Your choice may say more about you than you think. So comment your answer below, and don't forget subscribe, because next time we're unlocking another family secret, one that makes the Blackwoods look almost merciful. Remember, some families leave memories, but the Blackwoods left a curse that still breathes in silence.